Well, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are streaming from today. I think I shared it without a message, but that's okay. Welcome to another episode of Books, Business, and Brunch. And my name is Joan T. Randall. I'm the publisher. Can't talk today. I'm the publisher of Victorious You Press, and we help people write their books to create multiple streams of income and leave a legacy. And I'm here with my co-host Leslie, and I'll turn it over to her for her to introduce herself. Leslie.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Leslie Cottrell, and I serve with Joan as the COO at Victorious You Press. We've got something really exciting and I think groundbreaking to talk about today. So I'm excited to get this kicked off.
Yay! I am so excited too. I just shared it to my group so that if anybody joins from Books to Business and Beyond, they will be able to see our broadcast live, right? So we're excited. If you look at the title or the topic of this broadcast today, it says the self-publishing guide, and the notes in the stream also talks a little bit about what we're going to talk about, right? So we're excited to talk about the cohort for self-publishers, right? And let me just share with you how this came about. So last week I tried to do this, but I had the wrong. You know what I forgot to drop? I forgot to drop the link to it, but that's okay. It's easy because the link is actually Victorious You Press / Mastery Cohort. Hey, Sister Lexi, nice to see you. Appreciate you for dropping by. So we're excited to talk about this cohort. Why? Because we have purchased journals, right? Time after time after time. And we'll spend, I don't know, $9, $15, $19.99, $32.99 and bought a journal. And when the journal come, it doesn't meet our expectation, either because we were looking for something different, for a little more content, a little more sustenance, a little more substance. And when we get the journal, it had mostly blank pages. Now, a lot of times people are going through stuff and they buy journals because they want to be inspired, they want to be motivated, they want to be uplifted, but sometimes they don't even know what to write. And so now we are creating these journals with one-line paragraphs and giving people space to write. Sometimes people just want to be inspired by words, right? And that's why sometimes they buy the book. So what I noticed, there was a lot of blank pages and people were okay just publishing, just to say, I am a publisher. I'm going to publish a journal with 1 and 2 lines and then all these blank pages, right? And so we wanted to do something different. Leslie and I thought about this whole thing about creating a book, a 31-day guide, wherever your mastery is in, whatever subject matter your mastery is in, creating this 31-day guide. It's a how-to guide that will help people to understand the pain point that they have in your particular field of expertise. All right. So we're looking for pastors. We're looking for first-time authors. We're looking for career professionals. We're looking for entrepreneurs, business owners. We are looking for people that know they have this knowledge to share and want to share it, and know it's been taking years to share that knowledge, right? And not sure where to start, not sure how to lay it out, not sure how to lay out a guide, a how-to guide with a journal vibe, which is what Leslie came up with, right? So you may not know where to start. You have a story, you have a lived experience, you have a learned experience. But Joan, how do I lay out this thing for 31 days? What should I add? What should it look like? What do I cover? How do I, put it out and see? And here's the thing, a lot of people don't write or publish because they're not sure where to start. Right, we did a poll and we asked a question: is it money, is it resources, or you don't know where to start? And 80% of the people who took that poll says, I don't know where to start writing. Right. And so we decided that we were going to do, oh my God, I went back and forth as to how I was going to execute this. And then we finally came up with a cohort, right? And so you may ask me, what is a cohort? A cohort is literally like an intensive. We're bringing everyone together and we are going to help you identify your pillars, the pillars that you want to put in this book to help people understand your expertise and what you do. The great thing about creating this 31-day how-to guide, it sets you apart as the expert in your area of influence, right? And it allows you to have a published product of your area of expertise. Do you know how many people out there that are business owners that don't have a book? Do you know how many people out there that are experts in certain area, whether it's missions, ministry, and the marketplace, and don't have a book to prove that they know that field? Do you know how many accountants out there that don't have a book to say that they're accountant, or to highlight, or to help people understand? If you're a new business owner, here are the 13 steps you need to make sure you cover as a first-time business owner for your bookkeeping. Do you know how many people out there that are homeschool mothers and fathers that are a master at homeschooling their children, and their children go to college at age 16 because of how well homeschool went for them, that they could put the strategy of how they do their homeschool in a book and sell that? You know how many people are looking for tips and tools and strategies on how to start a homeschool in their home so that they can teach their children their own way? School looks different in homeschool. I just saw a recent article. A friend of mine interviewed this lady here in Charlotte, and she said homeschool for them are different. Sometimes homeschool for them starts at 5 p.m., 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sometimes it's noon to 4. Sometimes it's 9 to 1. They choose. Sometimes it's on a Saturday and the weekday they're watching movies. So they choose how they homeschool. But imagine how that would help others, right? I think about the pastors that preaches their sermon on certain topics, and you have series 1 through 3, 4, 5, 10 series, or 10, ideas on the one series. That is a book. That's a book right there. You don't even have to think about it, right? So we want people who are first-time authors, or people who are professionals, or ministry leaders, or, entrepreneurs, to use their knowledge and their skills in a certain subject matter and put that in a 31-day guide. And you might ask me, why not 30 days? Because there's 4 or 5 months out of the year that has 31 days, right? So we want to have that extra page of day 31. Day 31 may not even be a directive. Day 31 may be resources, maybe a page that says, here's the resources, here's where you go, here's what you do, right? So we want it to be a 31-day how-to guide, but we don't want you to do it alone. We want to help you. We're going to help you come up with the pillars, come up with the ideas, come up with the 5 to 15 ideas that you want in your book, and then laid out in a specific way so that they know what are the tips, what are the tools, what are the strategy, what are the implementations, and all the things. And so, because we're doing it together, it becomes a cohort, it becomes a community, it becomes a place where you all come and get the knowledge from myself and Leslie, from the writing to the laying out to the publishing. The beautiful thing about this cohort is that we will all upload our books on the very same day, all of us at the same time, simultaneously, right? And so we want to provide this platform for you. I think when I think about myself and what I do, publishing, writing, all the stuff I do, I think at the very core, I love to disseminate information. I love to share my knowledge. I love to share what I know, right? And so I want to be able to share this with you and let you know that there is a certain way to self publish. And so often we do self publishing, but we don't do it to the standards of publishing industry. And so it's not excellent. You open the book, there are mistakes. You open the book, the formatting is incorrect. You open the book, formatting, the margins on the left and the right is there. You open the books and people can open it and know, all right, this is not a book I would carry in my bookstore, right? But even outside of your book being in a bookstore, it truly gives you a lead magnet. It truly gives you a thing. If you go to a speaking engagement, bring your book to show your authority and your mastery in that subject, right? If you go to an event that you're not even speaking, have one or two of your books with you and give it away, right? Let people know, listen, I have this course, I have this masterclass, I have this workshop, I have this community, I have this subscription group. And is some of the information, but I'm giving this to you for free and I'm inviting you to be a part of my community, my group, my masterclass, my workshop, whatever. There is power and leverage in a book that you write that tells what your mastery is in. And so we want to offer that, and we want to offer it in a cohort. Leslie?
The thing that gets me so charged up about this is I truly believe that we are serving an untapped niche in the world.
Yeah.
There are so many people that have mastery over a certain subject, and they know they do. And they know that they can help people who are interested in their area, but they're thinking, I just don't think I have enough for a book. When I think about publishing a book, I think about, well, we do a lot of memoirs at Victoria's Shoe Press. I think about something that combines memoir with whatever it may be, but I just don't think I have enough to just write out a book. I don't think I have the writing skills to write out a complete book. But we know that there's something in the in between of a full blown book and these blank journals that there are so many of out in the marketplace. And honestly, if you need writing prompts, there are easy ways to get writing prompts. You can Google it. You can use ChatGPT and get all kinds of writing prompts. You really don't need to spend up to $30 to get that in your possession in order to write out the things that you want to write about. Yeah. So we are addressing that in between. We're addressing that person who is service driven, who is knowledgeable in their area and knows that they have certain things, A, B, C, D. This is what I did. This is what worked for me. These are the resources that I used. These are the tips and the tricks. This is the order that I built my business in. And I believe that that's what you want to do because A, B, C, D.
Yep.
Fill in the blanks, as it were, but I don't mean that to sound trite. This is very powerful, powerful information. And this is a way to become a published author without going through months and months of writing and then editing and then trying to figure out, do I want to hire a publisher? Do I want to self-publish? I don't know how either one of those work. Now you're going to come together with all these other people who have their own areas of expertise, and we are going to teach you how to put that together in steps that you can show people how to implement them in their own lives. And that's what the key is.
Yeah.
Knowledge is one thing. Teaching someone how to implement it, that's the key. And that's what this is going to bring you.
Yeah. And we're going into Domestic Violence Month and Breast Cancer Month tomorrow, October, right? It's domestic violence and breast cancer. And there's a lot of stories written about people that have survived domestic violence, that has survived sexual assault and abuse, that have survived breast cancer, right? And they tell it in their story. But how about taking all the things they have learned, taking all of the knowledge that they have gained, the wisdom they have gained, right? And now put it in a how to survive, in a how to overcome, in a how to be victorious, in a how to thrive book to say, listen, yes, I wrote my story about domestic violence, but here are 15 things I did to overcome. And each of those things have, here's the tip, here's the tool, and here's my strategy, right? And getting that into the hands of someone that has experienced it, or has a family member that has experienced it, or has a child or a friend or a neighbor that has experienced it. Now you've not just gone from writing your story. Now you've gone from writing your story to become an authority in advocating for domestic violence victim or advocating for breast cancer victim. That is the power of the lived and the learned experience in what we want to see the average person do. And yes, I know publishing is pricey, right? But we're making it so affordable for everybody to come into a group setting and learn. And Leslie will be leading the writing part. I am leading all the parts that has to do with the upload and how to find keyword phrases, how to look at your SEOs, how to do the marketing for the book, and how to get on the bestsellers list. And let's all do this together. And you know what? Someone may say to me, Joan, well, that's crazy. You're a publisher, and now you're teaching all these people how to self-publish. That is fine, because guess what? I'm still going to have an audience, right? You're not going to be able to take my audience, but I want to show you. I want to create my own mastery guide for how to self-publish the right way, and do it in a way with this one book that could set you apart from everybody else. Not that your story that you write isn't a set aside, set apart book, but this how-to guide is going to change somebody's life. And be done with all these blank pages. All these blank pages that people are writing for themselves. They buy a book to be able to get inspiration and tips and strategies. And now they're sitting there writing. Not that the writing is bad, not that they shouldn't write, but don't just sell a book with one line at the top of a page and then all blank pages after that, right? So we want to change that, but it starts with you. Right? I believe that when you see a problem, right, the best thing to solve it is to solve it in a way where you have the impact to the solution. Right, Leslie? So if you're complaining about blank journals, why not just take it up on ourselves to create something that is not blank anymore? Right. And so that's where we're going with this. The link is right here in the chat. It's victoriousyoupress.com/mastery cohort. It's the first one I've seen. I haven't seen a cohort before where we're bringing people together and teaching them how to self-publish, right? While creating their own product that can stand the test of time. And so all of this, I want to just share with you briefly. We have a few minutes. I want to share with you briefly what you're getting in this cohort, right? So it's 5 weeks. Well, it's longer than 5 weeks, but you're going to meet with me at 5 separate times. The first session is the foundation and framework. The second session is crafting compelling prompts. the prompts that are going to be exciting for those that are reading it, knowing that, oh, they're covering this part of the topic. The third session would be guide content development. So Leslie will be guiding you on the writing part based on the workbook that we created, right? So we even have a workbook, y'all. We go show. Session 4 is how to come up with keywords, right? Categories and your search engine optimizations. The 5th session, which is not a session for you, but for Victorious You Press, we will be preparing everything for publication. So we're going to be doing the proofreading, the book cover, creation. You come up with your designs, we create the cover, and the formatting. That's on us, right? And then the 5th time you meet with us is upload day, when everybody is going to upload their book together. It is intensive. So it's boom, 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 boom. Why? Because we wanted to be ready for January, because February, Black History Month, March is Women's History Month. You're going to have something that you have for the rest of the year to just build and leverage a business on. Or even if you don't want to do a business, you can build your ministry on it. You can build your mission on it, right? And so that's why we want to get it done in January, right? People don't really buy books in January. They buy books after they file their taxes, right? But it's great to publish the book in January and have your book ready to launch right in February, right? So that's a whole strategy, but it has to start. We're starting this cohort in November. So you have November, December, January. That's it. That's how fast we're going to get this done. It's like less than a 90-day turnaround. So think about it. You're going to write a book and have it published in 90 days, and you're going to understand the whole publishing industry. The only responsibility you have in this, well, not only, your responsibility in this is to put the content together, to create your cover design or find a picture that you want for your cover, and purchase your own ISBN number. Why? Because we want you to be the publisher for your own guide. So when you purchase your own ISBN number, you own the rights, you own the royalties, and you become the publisher. That's why we want you to publish your ISBN number. And so I want to quickly show you the workbook. So when you sign up for our cohort, you can sign up in 2 ways. We have a full payment. It's $897 for the full payment, but you can do Affirm, or you can do Klarna, or one of those pay things that you can break it up in over a year. You can do that. Or you can do 3 payments of $299 each. Listen, publishing is $5,000, right? If you go into an anthology, it's anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500. You're going to publish your own workbook for $897. That is unheard of. And we are providing editing, book cover design, and formatting. You won't find that anywhere for $897. Chances are, if you write your own book, $897 is just for the editing. So this is a gift. This is a gift from Victorious You Press to you, for those of you that know that you have something to share in a mastery guide. And so here's what we want to show you really quick. We've got like 6 minutes, and then I'll turn it over to Leslie to close us out. But we created this amazing workbook, right? And so the workbook talks about the contents that's in the workbook. There's a welcome note. What's the purpose of this, right? It's to get you into the right mindset before the intensive begins. So once you decide that you want to be a part of it, you get the workbook. It's a pre-cohort workbook, right? So we're going into October. The cohort starts November 5th. So you got a month to get yourself familiarized with this workbook. What is in it for you? We have that a section. And then we have the different sections, setting intentions. And we give you some questions there. Understanding your ideal audience. And we give you some questions there. Organizing your knowledge. And there are some instructions there, right? And then you start with your outline. Which is your pillar? What are the 5 to 10 or maybe 15 pillars that you want to focus on? And so we give you a place in the workbook for you to write that. Section 4, positioning your expertise. And the questions are, what personal experiences give you the authority in this field? You need to know that, right? How is your approach or perspective unique? What makes you stand out? We know why we stand out here at Victorious You Press, right, Leslie? There's a ton of
Absolutely.
publishers, but we are unique. We are different, right? We put our customer at the forefront of everything we do, and we're very boutique in what we do. Section 5, how to create your action plan as you're getting ready to write your 31-day guide. Section 6, accountability. This is big. Who holds you accountable to your writing, right? So we're creating that as well. Reflection and preparation. How amazing it is that you'll be able to have a brand new book to add to your collections of books that you've already written, or a brand new book for the very, very first time, right? How compelling is that as a professional to have a book in the area that you are the master at? And then we tell you a little bit before the cohort begin. Then we give you a whole way of how to purchase your own ISBN number. We give you the complete instruction and the tips to purchasing your own ISBN number. And then voila, the writing structure. How to lay out this workbook, this guide, this 31-day how-to guide, right? Some people just don't know, where do I start? How do I lay? How should it flow? What comes first, second, third, fourth? We give you that. It's very simple. And then here are your pillars. Once you understand the pillars that you want to put in this book, we give you 5 subtopics, right? You don't have to choose all of them. You can choose 2, 3, 1, 4, however many. But the topics are the tips, the tools, the strategy, the implementation, and the benefits. That's how you lay out your guide. And it has all the pillars, right? And then there's a conclusion in your book. And last but not least, we add some additional elements that can be included. So if you don't want to put tips, tools, or strategy under your pillar, you can add a case study, you can add a reflection question, you can add workbook exercises, or you can add a checklist. And then the last page is saying your ideal client is out there waiting for you to show up as your authentic self. And then, of course, we have the cohort dates and times, my bio, a little bit about VYP and our contact information. And then in the back, there's about 5 pages where you can just write notes, right? So all of that is a part of what you get as you join us for this cohort. Listen, I'm so excited about this because I've always wanted to find a way how I can get authors together to write, and not have to break the bank to do it. Leslie?
I know there are people that are either listening right now or will be listening to the replay that are saying, but do we need another business book? But do we need another book that is a compilation of sermons? But. And let me tell you that yes, we do. Because no one built your business quite the way that you did. No one knows exactly what it is that you know. And I'm thinking of a specific woman right now who has built a business that's near to me that is a beauty salon. But it's not just any beauty salon. She has combined this salon with plants and caring for plants. And when you walk in there, you feel that it is like going into a spa without going into a spa. It's unique. It's special. She built this business intentionally, specifically. Now, no one could write a book about starting a beauty business the way she could, because no one's done it quite the way that she has. So think about the fact that, you hear Joan and I say all the time, no one can tell your story like you can, which is absolutely the truth. And no one can build this specific workbook about your area of mastery quite the way that you can. And you can rely on us to help you take that idea and break it down in ways that make sense so someone else can take that information, implement it, and change their life because of your willingness to put all this information into a workbook.
Yeah. Pastor Lexi said this is definitely an untapped niche. It is so untapped. It is so untapped because everybody just thinks that, a journal is supposed to be blank pages. No, we want to change that. That's why we're not calling it a journal. We're calling it a how-to guide. How-to guide. And so that's it for us today. Hey, Lisa, thank you for joining us. Lisa said knowledge is everything. Absolutely. And so often we sit there and think that we don't have something to contribute to the world, but you do. You do. God sent you here with a seed. He sent you here with a purpose, and that purpose can be utilized, right? I read a quote recently that says that life is about, I think it says, life is about finding your purpose. And then purpose is about, no, we live to find our purpose. And once we find our purpose, we give it away. That was beautiful. We
Good.
live to find our purpose. And once we find our purpose, we give it away. We have to. That's the goal, to take what you've gotten and give it to somebody else. So that's it for us today. Thank you, my co-host, for joining me. I'm so excited about this. And you're going to see a lot of ads and other things. Listen, this may not be for you today, but if you know someone that has some great information that would love to be a part of this, please send them our way or share this broadcast with them. All right. Would love to talk to them and connect them to this cohort. All right. That's all we have for today. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next Monday, same time, same place on Books, Business, and Brunch. Bye for now.